Guys, how are you guys?
Hi, Ariana.
Hi. So let's get this started. So you guys are on season 4 of the show, but what first attracted both of you to this project?
Well, I can tell you that what attracted me was that my daughter was obsessed with Gilmore Girls. And she just kept saying to me, Mommy, if the grandmother and mother had a baby, it would be you. And I didn't know what she was talking about. And then I agreed to watch all 7 seasons with her, which she had watched multiple times. And since that series concludes with the title character going off to college, we decided that we would watch all 7 seasons, and we watched the last episode before I dropped her off at college, which is exactly what we did. So when my agents called me and said, Amy Sherman Palladino wants to talk to you about a new series she's doing, I went, I don't even need to talk to her. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. I didn't even know. I went, this will so add to my currency with my daughter. And, you're always looking for that, ways to be cool. And I thought, what could be cooler than to be on her show? And then because Moish and I came in after the pilot, they sent me the pilot to look at. And I was so astonished. I was astonished. I went, well, this isn't a television show. This is something else. This is something otherworldly. I've been in 100,000 television shows. What is this? It's so extraordinary. So I was extremely attracted to the design of the show, how beautiful it was, how authentic it was, and how great the acting was. Not to mention what it was about, which was a woman making her way in the world that was not greeting her with open arms. So I certainly could relate.
Awesome.
I was handed the pilot by the agents and told to read for the role of Rose. And there was a character description. She enters the room as if in an MGM musical, and she was wearing sort of like one of her incredible bathrobes. And they described it, I think, with like almost like a feather boa kind of on the cuffs or something. And I'm not that kind of woman in real life. I'm a kind of insecure, slightly goofy, fragile, maybe neurotic. And so to get to play someone that had that much kind of sense of confidence to enter a room like that, I just thought, wow, what a stretch and what an incredible, awesome journey it would be to ever get to touch someone like that. And I never think I'm going to get a role. So I just went to a costume shop. I put on clothes like that. I the audition and then let go and said it will never happen. And then I got many a call back, was very lucky. Again, never thought I'd get it. And when I got it, I thought, okay, this is going to be a dream come true. And then the cast all came together. But what I was going to tell you is the dialogue, even on, of course, a page with them, stands out in a way that's so remarkable and so different from other dialogue because it's so smart and it's so compact, and there's not sentimentality, and there's not room to do something that like adds in, how in many TV shows, maybe there's moments of pausing and thought and like focus, the camera goes in, none of that. It felt like a play. And I love theater, and so does this cast. And so I felt like I'm going to get to do a play, and that was incredible.
Awesome. You guys spoke about Gilmore Girls and Amy Sherman Palladino in the dialogue. How do you keep up with that such fast-paced dialogue?
It's so funny because people have been asking us this since the show became a hit. I didn't realize we were talking fast. So I guess I talk fast because I never realized that it was fast-paced dialogue. I think it's that, it's the passion with which these people live. I don't think it's necessarily a technical thing. I think it's everybody needs to express themselves. They need to be heard in this, very loud and complicated world of these people. And it's also true that it's easy to learn. I can always tell when something's not well written when I go, oh my God, I thought I knew that. And then I have to look again and I go, I don't know that because it doesn't make any sense or it doesn't hit me in my solar plexus as something that's true. I have to really hammer the lines one by one into my head. This learns itself because it's so well written. You just have to do it over and over and over again.
Marin, you would say the same thing?
Yes, I was thinking it's going to be funny. I'm going to compare this to Shakespeare a little, but when I was in graduate school and we were learning to do monologues, and I was so confused because obviously I don't think of myself as speaking a monologue, although probably today I'm even doing this with you. But I remember someone saying, well, the reason it goes on is because you have that much more you need to say, right? That those characters do. And so similarly to what you just asked about the speed, it's what Caroline said, that they're so revved up because they're so passionate and they have so much charge because there's kind of an impatience to them. They're not going to wait for anybody to like get in their way, particularly when you think of someone like Midge. It's like, she's not going to be like, okay, today's my day. We're going to reflect on whether or not I want to go and do my job. And so I think that was such a thrilling part of getting the work, is that they're on like their front foot, about to jump at all ends of, each day. And that was a different kind of way of working than I'd had. But let me say how scary it is, because we don't, people ask if it's improv at all, if there's any room for that. There's not one iota of ability to do it. You've probably heard that. And that is tricky, because in a moment of mistake, you want to just like, because you're not thinking quite right. So you just want to throw in your own word. And that just doesn't fly the same way with them that have written such great words. So then you kind of end up, after you've rehearsed it so much, you have to be like, and we have to start again. So you have to be very brave and know that you're going to screw up, and pray that your cast is like forgiving enough to be okay with those F ups, So, but they've all effed up too.
Yes. So Midge, a lot of the story is based on her having such a hard time getting respect in comedy as a woman. You have done comedy, both of you have done comedy and drama. What have some of the challenges been being a woman in comedy?
The stories is that we're just at the infancy of telling women's stories. I really believe that. This is a full-blown, complicated journey of a woman. And it is, we did press a couple of years ago internationally, and we were in Italy, and I can't remember what country this journalist was from, but she said, and I never crossed my mind, she said, we've seen a lot of women in their late 20s and early 30s that are on television, she said, but we've never seen a show with a confident woman that age. Usually it's a boyfriend problem or a parent's problem or that problem. And she said, but now all of a sudden I get to turn on the television and see a confident woman. And I thought, wow, that she absolutely pointed something out that I didn't even know I had been deprived of. Yes, it's everything Midge goes through is true and continues to be true and has been true since I started to want to be an actress when I was at camp. It's the most extreme in stand-up in the story that's being told, because there literally were no women, but it's what the material is. You just get the material. It's like, I think I was being sent parts for grandmothers when I was about 38, and there are plenty of 38-year-old grandmothers, but there are also plenty of women who are 38 who haven't even started thinking about having their children yet. Do you know what I mean? And those stories aren't told. And that's what I think we all are dealing with even today.
For sure. For sure. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. And I'm really excited to watch for the rest of the season. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You have a good one.
You too.